Hey guys, Ranjin here, bringing on a stock of commentary. Wow. Semi-finals of the Avalon MSL. We are already here, almost at the end of the road of this so far awesome tournament. And now we have Jaedong up against Calm, what is promising to possibly be the best ZVZ of this entire tournament. Jaedong, of course, the absolute master of ZVZ. He's been showing a little bit of weakness in it lately, not up to his usual perfection. Well, Calm, he did a wonderful job getting himself over here, winning a beautiful game of ZVZ against Effort, completely outsmarting Effort, who statistically is a better ZVZ player than himself. But overall, this series I really look forward to. Jaedong, an absolute master of ZVZ, while Calm, such an intelligent player that if you make one single mistake against him, you will end up in trouble. But I gotta feel Calm. Usually a guy that's never nervous, but looking at his face, he has to know that this right here is most likely his biggest hurdle to him possibly royal roading this MSL here. While Jaedong, actually now that I think about it, the same could be said to him. We'll see how it all turns out here. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now I'm going to mention a little bit before I'm going to get colors and positions and all such out of the way. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Pro League playoffs. So if you haven't watched those, this is going to be spoiling a little bit, so sorry. Let's see, we're going to have Calm here at the 11 o'clock position as the yellow zerg. That means that at the 5 o'clock position, we're going to have Jaedong, what I believe was red. This is, of course, Carthage 3 two-player map. Now, I'm going to talk about quickly the Pro League finals. Jaedong went 0-3 in the Pro League playoff finals. Now, this could have had two results. One, this could be an absolutely broken Jaedong, losing all of his confidence and just not playing well at all. Or we could have a Jaedong so fired up with absolute rage burning in his eyes, which when I looked at him, he really looked that way. He really looked like he was angry at himself, angry for everything was. He was angry at everybody, and he's going to win this. He is determined as hell. So we're having either one of those two Jaedongs, and I'm assuming it is the latter. I think, okay, I lost the Pro Leagues. I completely failed my team. I'm now going to go on to win both the MSL and the OSL in the same season and kill everybody else that I can. I'm not going to let anybody stop me. He's facing off against Fantasy in the OSL. So go watch Nuke's commentaries when you have a chance. He, of course, covered the Fantasy versus Jaedong OSL semifinals. Now, I've been blabbering a lot about here. We're going to see Jaedong actually going, Calm going for a 12 pool build, while Jaedong, I think, might be going for yet another 12 hatch. Now, Jaedong, one of the reasons he lost in the Pro League playoff finals, now going for a 12 hatch, 12 pool here, one of the reasons he lost in the playoff finals was his very risky play. He lost against Hyuk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said I was going to spoil this, but he lost against Hyuk, mostly due to a build order win. Hyuk went for a 9 pull, Jaedong went for a 12 pull, and Jaedong almost managed to pull back, but Hyuk, despite not really playing, well, by playing like Hyuk plays, he still managed to pull off the win, and then Jaedong lost 2 games against Fantasy, so he's definitely going to be wanting revenge. Both players putting down their hatcheries alongside their 12 pools, so going for some zerglings and economy. Pretty much mirror build so far, although I believe Jaedong's was a little bit later, also getting their gases up. So we're going to see both players putting up 2 bases, most likely to get those 2 gases going very soon, so they can mine from 2 extraction. And of course, so they can get a bunch of Mutalisks and zerglings out as quickly as possible. Spawning pulls up, zerglings on the way. I'm going to assume we're going to see 6 zerglings from both sides. I'm not assuming we're going to see anything else, just a bunch of zerglings running off the field. Although Jaedong not spawning as many. Calm, just spawning several zerglings running. Jaedong only getting 4, in fact, saving several larvae. While Calm is simply hiding his zerglings inside, behind his minerals. This kind of very calm style of play. He's hoping that Jaedong is going to run with zerglings up north, run by... Jaedong knows there are zerglings in the way, but Calm is going to hope that Jaedong was going to run his Zerglings past, but once he saw the Overlord spotting several Zerglings, he's going to know, Jaedong would know that he has Zerglings, so he canceled that plan there. Now running all of his Zerglings down south. He's not going to be Jaedong's Zerglings, in fact. They're going to run right past each other. Now it's going to come down to who does how much damage to what. Calm has more Zerglings on the ground. Jaedong's actually going to run up north with only 4. He's not going to be able to accomplish too much. Jaedong's base looks very, very vulnerable right now. No Zerglings, more than I can see, is hopefully spawning more. He's going to definitely have to pull off some drones right now. He has only one single drone in the natural expansion, but that was Zerglings running right into the main. They're going to completely ignore the natural expansion. Only a couple of Zerglings out for Jaedong. Jaedong's going to have to be very defensive here. Jaedong actually has 4 Zerglings out of Calm base, while Calm has his own Zerglings defending there. Jaedong only has his drones and a couple of Zerglings defending his own base. Calm actually has got speed for his Zerglings, is going to kill all of Jaedong's Zerglings. Meanwhile, going to go for several drones. A couple of drones already killed at this point. Calm has still 4 of those Zerglings. Has to be very careful not to get this killed. Already lost 2. Is going to lose the last one. Does manage a couple of drone kills before he loses those. So decent damage done to Jaedong there. Jaedong on the opposite side, I don't think he managed to do too much. He lost his Zerglings before too much damage could be done, but I assume he killed a couple. Calm was also very close to killing even more. Meanwhile, now putting down his Spire. Jaedong's Spire, meanwhile, most likely going to get delayed a little bit. He's going to be forced to spawn some more Zerglings. Finally has speed for his own Zerglings, apparently. Running his Zerglings, killing a drone. They're running Zerglings right inside of Calm's main. They're going to try to be harassing. Going to force Calm to stay inside of his base while he's trying to catch up, get his Spire up. Just going to be annoying there. I think he killed the drone as it was spawning. It might have been a Zergling, but I think it was a drone. Both players just getting a decent amount of Zerglings. Jaedong just now keeping his Zerglings just outside the natural expansion for the most part, keeping them as a scout while running around 2 Zerglings, thinking of trying to open himself up position to do some harassment, while Calm on the opposite side as well just has his Zerglings just outside the natural expansion for defensive purposes. So at this point, both players are just waiting for the Mutalisks up. I think a little more damage was done to Jaedong, but not so much that it might actually affect his game. We're going to see whether it does or not. There are going to be Mutalisks out. Jaedong now getting his second extractor as natural expansion. Calm is not doing that at the moment. Just going to be spawning. Just going to be getting Mutalisks off 2 bases and not going to be getting his second extractor right away. I'm not quite really sure how many more Zerglings he's going to spawn. Both players have about a control group. Still several Zerglings being spawned by Calm, so he's, wow, definitely has more than control at this point. Actually moving, letting Jaedong sneak a couple of Zerglings inside of his main to get a full-on spy. Does have more Zerglings popping in the way. Calm actually getting a lot of Zerglings. He does have his Spire up, so he's going to be morphing some Mutos right now. He did apparently build several more Zerglings with his eggs than necessary, so he definitely sacrificed a couple of Mutos, but he has a large number of Zerglings. Jaedong actually did manage to get 1 drone kill with his own Zerglings inside of Calm's base. Still running around with 1 Zergling, being very irritating. Calm, however, has a much larger number of Zerglings, so he actually goes for Jaedong's base. He might actually, isn't he going to go for this? Or Jaedong does have quite a few forces himself to defend. Calm has a larger number of Zerglings. He's actually going to go try to run inside. Jaedong actually putting all of his drones off his natural expansion, trying to keep them alive. Calm are going to go for it here, going to try to do some sort of damage. Our Mutalisks in the way, though, so Calm's attack here might be completely useless because our Mutalisks there in the area. More Mutalisks coming in, and Calm is actually going to lose all these Zerglings without accomplishing too much. Even drones of Jaedong's fought them back. I think he managed to get some kills going, but not enough damage done. Bad timing overall for Calm to go for that attack with all those Mutas in there. Calm actually has his own Mutalisks finally, but he is a little behind Mutakin. Doesn't have his own extractor up. He definitely delayed the second extractor mining for Jaedong there, but lost a lot of forces, lost a lot of minerals in exchange, and now an Overlord's going to get killed. So now Calm's going to also lose an Overlord there. That's also going to delay him even more. Jaedong now going to play more of a delaying tactic. Just go around, try to do some damage with his Mutalisks. He did prevent that attack. Now he just gets his Mutalisk number up, possibly get some more Zerglings out in the field, and just get his number of forces up to the point that he can do some damage. Actually, Jaedong has a drone not mining there at his main. Jaedong has been known when he's focusing a little bit too much to forget a little bit about one mine drone, but in a ZVZ, even one single drone can make such a huge difference. So let's hope that Jaedong soon finds it and gets it back to mining. Still just getting his number of Mutalisks up. He has some Scourge to support this, but he still has a idle drones sitting around there, and Calm has to be still trying to protect his Overlords. Of course, he lost one, so he doesn't want to lose another one. Now, actually, Jaedong going to go right for his Calm's main. Does have some Scourge along to the Mutos. Now, going to see some Mutos micro on both sides. Scourge did not hit from Jaedong. Jaedong still has more micro against the Jaedong. Meanwhile, moving in with Zerg, his right side natural expansion. More Scourge in the way. Calm desperately trying to micro against. Has some more Scourge and Mutos in the way. So Jaedong going to be careful here, but Calm losing a little bit too many Mutalisks. Finally going to push Jaedong back while Jaedong has Zerg inside of his natural expansion, so he can freely run away. Meanwhile, his Scourge into support as well. Calm losing his last Mutalisks. Okay, 1 single Mutalisk alive. GG coming from Calm as soon as he's lost all of his Scourge and all of his Mutalisks, while Zerglings of Jaedong inside of Calm base. And Jaedong, man, that guy looks fired up. Man, look at that face. That man is going to kill somebody tonight. He's going to crush them Then he's going to eat him raw. So he was gnawing on his fingers a little bit, like waiting for a snack from another Zerg. Jaedong, the Zerg Eater. Never mind the Legend Killer. They should call him the Zerg Eater from now on as well. Jeez. So Jaedong takes the first set, scratching his head a little bit. Damn, that is one determined face. That is one face that wants to prove to himself more than anybody else that he can win in a pressure situation, that he can win it when it matters. So moving on to the second set, guys. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. GG.